Today's lesson is about understanding debt.
So first, we have to understand the definition of what debt is. So debt is an obligation that requires one party, the debtor, to pay money or other agreed upon value to another party, which is the creditor. Debt is a deferred payment or a series of payments which differentiates it from an immediate purchase. In summary, the debtor is the party that pays the other party, and the creditor is the other party that receives the money. A synonym for debt is reimbursement, which is to pay back the other party because you borrowed money to purchase something. A good example for debt is using a credit card because it requires having to pay back your credit card company.
Terms to know. Collateral is an interest or right given by the debtor to a creditor in return from something else of value, typically a loan of money. Mortgage is a collateral interest given by a loan debtor to a creditor in an asset held by the debtor, such as a house. Dealing with debt. Secure debt, consumer proposal, is a legal agreement between you and your creditors to repay part of the debt that you owe. Bankruptcy. While bankruptcy will not discharge secured debts, you no longer have to make payments towards your unsecured debts, meaning you may additionally have more available to pay off secured debts, like mortgages. Unsecured debt consolidation, is a form of debt refinancing that entails taking out one loan to pay off many others. Consumer proposal. A consumer proposal is a legal agreement between you and your creditors to repay part of the debt that you owe. Bankruptcy. The majority of your unsecured money owed will be the discharge in bankruptcy. Secured debts versus unsecured debts. What's the difference? Secured debts is a debt that is secured by some form of collateral. Home mortgages are the biggest, most common type of secured debt. Bank loans that finance the purchase of a car are also common. Unsecured debts is not secured by any form of collateral. Debts increased from credit cards are the most common type of unsecured debt. Other unsecured debts include unsecured lines of credit, payday loans, or past due bills.
What's considered good and bad debt? So good debt allows you to manage your finances more efficiently, to have control over your wealth, to buy things, handle unforeseen emergencies. Examples of good debt are taking out a mortgage, getting a home equity loan or line of credit, getting a student loan or a small business loan. Each may put you in a hole initially, but you'll be better off in the long run for borrowing the money instead. Bad debt. Spotting bad debt isn't all that difficult. If it loses value the moment you take ownership, it's bad debt. Unfortunately, that describes many of life's basic necessities, like clothes, automobiles, and an 80-inch UHD TV that you need to watch NFL games on. If you can't pay cash for them, you should at least consider getting for off-brand clothes, a gently pre-owned car, and a 54-inch TV. Some examples of bad debt are credit cards, payday loans, and automobile loans.
Examples of good and bad debt. Some examples of bad debt are credit card debt, auto loans, personal loans, and payday loans. Examples of good debt are student loan debt, small business expenses, and mortgage loans.
So pop quiz, have you been paying attention? So for questions number 1 and question number 2, they are worth 3 points. So number 1, which of the following statements is true about debt? A, debt is the amount of money that you have in your checking account. B, that is the amount of money you have borrowed from a person or a business. C, that is the ability to borrow money. Or D, that is the amount of money you have in a savings account. Okay, well then, so the answer to number 1 is B. So if you answered B, 3 points. Number 2, what is secured debt? Is it A, a debt that is secured by some form of collateral, B, a debt that has a liability attached to it, C, a debt that will not change, or D, a debt you can trust? Okay, so the answer to number 2 is A. So question number 3 is worth 5 points. Sort the following on whether it's good or bad debt. Number 1, credit cards. Number 2, payday loans. Number 3, taking out a mortgage. Number 4, automobile loans. Number 5, getting a home equity loan or line of credit. Number 6, getting a student loan. Or number 7, getting a small business loan. So the ones that are bad debt are 1, 2, and 4, and then good debt is 3, 5, 6, and 7. So if you guys got that, you'll get 5 points.